Hello everyone and welcome back. I am Duke Silver. Today we're going to be playing the Fisher King once again. And the Fisher King, for those that don't know, his ability is you just get a level 6 treasure on level 5. As soon as you hit level 5, you get a level 6 treasure. Simple as that, very powerful. Level 6 treasures are generally pretty game changing and game defining, so I'm a big fan of this hero. Maybe one of the best heroes in the game, if not the best. We're going to pick up an Elaine there with a sword to go with it, and then we're going to get a wizard or an apprentice owl here, and we're going to cast a spell, unlock the other owl. I mean, this is a pretty common start if you've watched a few of my videos. I like the apprentice owls a lot very early, and especially with Fisher King, like if you hit like I'm not entirely sure what the name of the treasure is, but the one that casts a fireball for every mage you have on board, you can get some pretty good scaling. It's generally not enough to win a lobby, but it's still fun to do. We did skip over a shop. Like I just kind of took a fast reroll there. There was a golden or a Elaine as well as a apprentice owl upgrade, but we took our free roll so fast that we went to the next shop. Fortunately, we still got to upgrade our Elaine here. Level 2 and 3 treasures are pretty valuable on Fisher King, just because like there's a few different things that enhance your later treasures that you can really use to make your hero power treasure very good. On level 3 you've got Jack's Magic Bean, which lets you see a level 7 instead of a level 6. There's also Bottled Treasure on level 2 that basically lets you choose between 2 level 6s once you hit level 5, which is very good. We took a couple of foxes here, the sleigh foxes. I mean, we want to get pairs going. These things are sometimes okay, but I mean, not when opponents are playing boards like this. We do take a loss there. They have a lot of stats, and I think we did get one sleigh, but it wasn't a ton. We do get to triple our fox though, and there's 3 treasures that I kind of want. I want each of these a little bit. Sleigh Moon. Like, it's always tempting when you have a fox this early to get Sleigh Moon to get some scaling going, but to be honest, in practice it just never really works out. Sleigh just still isn't a real comp, unfortunately. Like you can high roll, like if you like super high roll, you can do things with Sleigh now, but in general I'm not forcing it anyways. So yeah, we just took the hat. That's just gonna help our two apprentice owls here, hopefully. And I think hat's just a pretty good utility treasure anyways. Allows you to cast some extra spells. We're gonna get to pick up a book mage here. Pretty happy about that. That's gonna just give us an extra free spell every turn and scale these apprentice owls. We haven't really cast enough spells for these apprentice owls to really be big enough at this point, but we are still going to stay the course here. And I mean, I think the book is just a fine tempo unit as well. Just like a free random spell in the middle of combat can make a pretty big difference. All right, our Wishing Fountain pops. Unfortunately, it's none of the treasures that we want. We are going to take a Chrono Crystal just because we're kind of lacking in tempo a little bit. Our health total is not too bad right now, but our stats overall are lacking a little bit. We're just going to cast a combat spell here. Yeah, the Chrono Crystal, I mean, it's just kind of insurance, just in case we start taking a lot of damage, which you can take a ton of damage in the mid-game. People are playing very strong tempo boards. As you can see in this board, there's a lot of stats. We do manage to get there thanks to this Husky that we picked up. I mean, Husky's still just very large and generally a very good tempo unit on 4, even with the base stat nerf. I think we're looking at the Muddy Ocean Crab here. I think we are going to take it. It's sort of a hedge towards stealth just in case, and we get another level 3 triple. We get to this Farmer triple. Also, I kind of glossed over the Farmer. Again, the Farmer, I think I've said this before, but the Farmer is just a really solid tempo option on 3. Just a really solid amount of stats. There's another Husky in the shop, which we are going to lock going into 5 even. It's just going to be so many stats that I think it's worth picking up here. And we are going to get to see our level 6 treasure next turn. Hoping for something that we can copy, and unfortunately we don't get anything we can copy. And I really don't like taking Sintamani Stone, or Cinnamon Stone if you will. I don't like taking it at all generally, just because like there's so many duds on 7, and like you have to wait 2 turns and then it turns into a random one. Like it's just often so disappointing. Like there is the potential to high roll with it, but in general I'm not a big fan, and I think we have enough time that I can re-roll. So we did hit the re-roll button there. We flipped our farmhand, or our farmer into a golden Yuck the Yak here. Yuck the Yak gives you extra bonuses for the amount of mana and gold you leave on the table. We could have just forgone the combat spell and gotten some stats on the Yak, but instead we're just going to leave 2 gold in our shop rather than take any rolls here. It's not going to be a ton of extra stats for Yuck here, but I mean, it's something, and we get a really good hit attacking into that BLT immediately. Opponent does have a Frank already, but it's not quite enough. We managed to take them down and deal some damage even through the reasonably early Dr. Frankenstein. It's another XP spell. I think we do want to take the XP spell. Yeah, I mean, just getting to level 6 next turn I think is pretty valuable. I think the farmer has definitely run its course at this point, although it was relatively large. But yeah, that's the one we decided to get rid of. Which maybe we should have gotten rid of the fox instead. I'm not sure if that. I think the stats were comparable. We are getting our re-rolled level 6 treasure next turn. But rather than just skip this treasure, we're gonna pop the put the baby mimic onto our spell reflector and get rid of our chrono crystal here. I'm not sure if that's necessarily right, but yeah, we're gonna do some fun stuff with the mimicked broken reflector, anyways. And I mean, like I was saying earlier, we haven't really cast enough spells for these apprentice owls to be really good. We do lose a combat there. And yeah, maybe saving the baby mimic for the Piece of Infinity would have been better. But honestly, Piece of Infinity is kind of, even mimicked is kind of whatever. I mean, 6/6 a turn is not nothing, but the power spikes in this game kind of make those small incremental stat gains pretty irrelevant pretty quickly here. Fire off a new U on the Watson there, and we're gonna take a Merlin. I think Merlin is just a really good strong unit. We took this Lady of the Lake earlier as like a sort of hedge into the boost comp, and I mean, I think Merlin is probably the most important piece for the boost comp. It's just a generically powerful unit and just gets way better in multiples, and also just makes your supports way better. We didn't end up playing the Lady of the Lake, but we do find an Uther, so we've kind of got the beginnings of a boost comp here. And yeah, boost comp, I've been playing a lot of it in the past couple days. I mean, it's just kind of the most powerful thing you can be doing right now, and relatively simple to get into once you figure it out. Okay, and here's the thing. This is kind of the reason that I wanted to showcase this game in particular. With the Mimic Spell Reflector, once you've got your active spell on the Reflector, if you cast a wolf on one thing, it'll target 2 other things and combine into a golden wolf. And so it's like I mean, it's literally a mini spell reflector. You're not wolfing your whole board, but yeah, I think the idea of just getting 3 random things into a wolf, and important to note that you get a free level 6 treasure every time you do that. So actually quite powerful, and we do win the fight thanks to that. It did gobble up our Lady of the Lake. So basically we're hoping to have it pop out. I'm not sure which order it comes out in, but we're hoping it pops out and then enhances our backline supports before the Arthur dies, just to get the maximum amount of stats. But yeah, I mean, we're basically just playing it as we're playing it as just like basically 4 bodies in front as well. So it's gonna hopefully populate in front of the supports and get the stats from the supports as well. So it's kind of attacking from a couple different angles. Alright, we're going to change heroes. Fisher King doesn't do anything at this point anymore. I think we're just going to take Artemis, give our character in position 1 arranged, and we're going to switch that over to our relatively large Apprentice Owl. Apprentice Owl getting pretty big from the Spell Reflector Mimic as well. It's definitely not enormous or anything, but it's still relatively large. Definitely, I think worth the investment we made in it throughout the game. Also, one thing that I wasn't sure of, and kind of didn't realize while playing this game is, yeah, the Broken Spell Reflector, it doesn't count spells that aren't targeting something. So I was like avoiding casting spells to make the number, or to make the counter go up. Like I missed like a couple like Hermes boots or whatever you call it, the spell where you attack first for 0 mana. We did find another wolf here with the doubling from the Reflector, so we get another level 6 treasure. I mean, it's plus 15 plus 2 to our front line, which is not great, but I mean, it's something anyways. And also we get to basically just fit more stuff onto our board. And basically, I think what we want to do here is every time we find a wolf, we want to target the wolf first. So it takes the wolf and puts it deeper inside, and just takes 2 other things with it. So we kind of like have this sort of Russian nesting doll effect of these wolves just that keep just popping out of each other. We are kind of getting down to we're down to top 4 now, so hopefully we find another wolf at some point before the game ends. We did take another King Arthur, but I think we're not going to play the second King Arthur just because like we want to have that board space open for the wolf. I mean, it does make us less vulnerable to scam if we play the second one, but yeah, I do decide to play down 2 units here, again, just to give us space for our wolf to populate here, and we get enough space for our second summons as well. Lady of the Lake comes out and enhances our supports in the back, which is nice, and we get another Merlin, which is fantastic, exactly what we wanted to see here. That's just going to further enhance the other Merlin, as well as the Uther and the Lady of the Lake when it comes out. Some boost treasures would be really nice. Magic Scarf would be fantastic. And yeah, if we can find another wolf to use, then then that can get us to another level 6 treasure. Kind of helps us dig for some level 6s that we want. And I think Magic Scarf's really the only one that we want. I don't really know what other level 6s would be great. Maybe Orchestra. Orchestra would be a decent amount of stats. It would be much better than the plus 15 plus 2 just our front row. Tempting to take the cat cabinet there just to add more bodies, and like I said, with the Merlin buffs, like our front line is getting a decent amount of stats. Also, we could be looking for an alliance band for this Arthur. We are gonna double 3 things attack power. It hits one of the Merlins as well as the Uther and the King Arthur. I was kind of hoping it hit the other King Arthur as well, but I mean, we'll take the enhancement to the back row. It's not too much because they don't have a ton of base stats, but that just means our next one will be more powerful. But there's not going to be another one because the lobby kind of ends kind of shortly here. As you notice, I think there's a lot of save boards in this one. Like every time I hit the ready button, like either people were really fast, which I doubt, or we had just like a lot of save boards and maybe 1 or 2 other people that maybe even went out pretty early. So that's a little bit unfortunate. I would personally I would wait longer for full live lobbies. Having most of the lobby or even half the lobby being saved boards is not really something I enjoy too much. It makes me feel a little bit bad about winning, even if some of the save boards are very, very powerful. Like I think there's been a pretty sharp uptick in difficulty on the save boards. I don't know if anyone else has noticed. Like there seems to be just a lot more strength being played in the mid game, even by save boards. But yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. Please leave a like and comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff I'm supposed to tell you to do. I would very, very much appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow.